Okay, we're on TryHackMe, SOC Analyst Pathway, the new SAL1 rework that TryHackMe's done. Just finishing up the Phishing Analyst module, and one of the challenge rooms at the end is the Greenholt Phish. So I thought I'd go through this to show how I resolved it. So let's jump into it and try and flag these phishing emails. Alright, get rid of that. Okay, so we've got a sales exec at Greenholt PLC, received an email he didn't expect. He forwards it to the SOC to investigate. We've got a copy of the .eml and we've got to answer a couple of questions. So I've already opened up the email here in Notepad to view the headers more easily, and we've also got it opened in Thunderbird, or whatever it's called. So it will be easy to copy out of there. So the first question is, what is the transfer reference number? That's just in the heading. So we'll copy that in. Who is the email from? Probably quicker to type it, to be honest. Mr. James Jackson. First few questions look like they're going to be fairly easy. What is his email address? Copy email address. Okay, but what is the email address that will receive a reply to this email? So if we hit reply, where will it go? So if we look into the headers, we're looking for return path. So we've got return path there. And reply, where have we got down here? Reply to info.metamarine@mail.com. So if we hit reply, that's the address it will go to. What's the IP? Okay, so SMTP received from. So this is the SMTP server that received it, redacted, and it came from, okay, here, this is the IP. So I'll copy that. Okay, who is the owner of the IP? So for that we'll open up search for IP lookup. Okay, so the owner is the ISP HostWinds LLC. Okay, what is the SPF record for the return path? So for the return path was going to be the info at metamarine.com. Might be easier just to copy it from there. So for that we'd go to MX Tools. So for the domain, metamarine.com. Once we look it up, we can then change our query. So change our query here to what was our question. It was the SPF record. So SPF, where is it? There we go, SPF record lookup. And that will give us the actual line. So we've got spf.protection.outlook.com-all. So let's see if that accepts it. Okay, and DMARC record, so the same thing, go back to our DNS tools and look up DMARC. And we've got DMARC1, P equals quarantine. So that's the interesting part of this room, is the DNS lookups for the SPF record and the DMARC record. And so the easiest way I found to do that is mxtoolbox.com, and it allows you to easily search for what particular entry you're looking for. Okay, what's the name of their attachment? Well, I guess we can either just find it out from the email client, save it on the desktop. So we've got the name of it, SWT, but for us it'd be a bit easier to copy it. So if we go to the headers again and scroll down, so this is just showing the email in its raw form. We'll see the file names here just before the encode. So SWT underscore blah blah blah. So copy that. God, I hate doing the V and C copy. Okay, the SHA. So in the VM, we can just do SHA 256 sum and SW. Just tab to autocomplete for the file. This gives us the SHA 256 hash. So copy that. Copy that. Oh, it's a bit slow. Let's go on to the next question while that's processing. What is your attachment's file size? Don't forget the KB in your answer. And there's a hint. Don't go to the Linux file properties. Obtain the file hash and use open source. Okay, so virus total, we're assuming, is there. If we looked at it in Linux, it's in bytes there. If we look at it, properties 400.3 KB, but it said not to do that. It said to go to virus total. So open up virus total. We've got the hash. Oops, sorry, my mistake. I did not copy the hash. Copy the hash from our previous question. Which we could have also got the file name easily that way instead of having to do VNC copy. Anyway, the size listed here is 400.26. So 400.26 space KB. What's the actual extension? So it's showing .cab. .cab. No, so it mustn't be that. So if we go back to our virus total, go to details. Oh, we can see here file type is RAR. And I just wonder if we could also in the terminal, could we do file, whoops, oh god, file, and see what it comes up as. Okay, so it also tells us if we do it that way, file, and the file will tell us it's a RAR archive. So we can't just go on the fact that it's .cab. We actually have to determine, yes, the file type is a RAR, or we also found that on VirusTotal. So that was 2 ways. So this was how got through the room the Greenholt Phish, which was part of the phishing analysis module for the SOC Level 1 pathway on TryHackMe. So on to the next one. Hopefully this helps anyone that's having trouble. I think the only thing you possibly could have had trouble with on this room is looking up the DMARC and the SPF records. I think pretty much covered in lots of the other rooms, you know, doing the simple things like checking the reply address, the return address, getting the IP from the headers. But I think this is the first time we've come across actually needing to do a DNS lookup. So looking up the IP and seeing who owns it was one lookup we had to do, and then looking up the MX records of the domain, and then finding the DNS entries for the SPF and the DMARC entries. And that's it, that's the room. Or hopefully RAR is accepted. Sorry, it's a little bit slow. Okay, done. So alright, that's completed, and on to the next one.